Welcome back. In this video, we'll learn about multidimensional arrays in Java. A multidimensional array is an array of arrays. It allows you to create a table-like structure where elements are arranged in rows and columns. This enables you to work with data that has multiple dimensions, such as a 2D grid, matrix, or data organized in rows and columns. To create a multidimensional array, you define the array with multiple sets of square brackets. The general syntax of creating a 2D array is as follows. We start with the data type. The data type is the data type of the elements in the array. For example, we can replace it with int, string, byte, long, or other objects or classes, and so on. Then we follow with the two double square brackets because we're working with 2D array. Here we specify the array name, the array name of the array variable, equal new keyword, and here we specify again the data type with the two square brackets. Inside the square brackets, we specify the rows and columns. The rows and columns should be the number of rows into the array and the number of columns in the 2D array respectively. Columns. I'll create a 2D array with 3 rows and 3 columns. So to create this array, I'll follow this syntax. I'll start with the data type, which is integer, int, because I need this matrix or this array, 2D array, to store integers. Then I specify the array name. The array name, I'll name it as my matrix, okay? Equal to new int, and here I specify the number of rows and number of columns. Here I'll specify number of rows and here number of columns. So following this syntax, I created this 2D array that holds numbers, that stores numbers in form of integer data type. Now let's learn how to store values in the 2D array. We have created this array, my matrix, and let's start with my matrix, and here we specify at row 0 and column 0 the value of 1. Did you understand it, guys? It's very simple. We start with the rows and then we increase the columns. My matrix, we start with 0 and 1 here is the second column and first row. Remember, the index starts with 0. 2. My matrix 0, 2 equal to 3. Then we need to move to the next row because we finish filling the columns. We have 3 columns, number 1, 2, and 3. To move to the next or the second row, we'll start with my matrix, and here we'll increase it by 1. Then again, I need to access the second row, first column. So I put the index 0, and here I'll fill it with 4. And so on until we fill the 9 cells. And here we go. We created a matrix, 3 rows and 3 columns. We have a result of 9 cells. We need to fill them, and we fill them from 1 to 9. In order to access the elements in the 2D array and print them, we specify the index of the row and the column. I'll start with system dot out dot print, and here I'll specify my matrix, and I need to print the number 7, which is placed in the third row and first column. So I'll specify here the third row with the first column. Okay, let me run, and the result is 7. So in order to access elements of a 2D array, we use 2 sets of square brackets specifying the row and column indices. Another way to create and initialize a 2D array, we specify the data with the predefined values. We define the matrix with predefined values. For example, I'll remove this, and I need to start with this curly brackets, and I'll open another one here. The first row will have 1, 2, and 3. This is the first array, comma, the second array, 4, 5, and 6. The third array is 7, 8, and 9. So remember, the multidimensional array is an array of arrays. So the inner curly braces represents the rows, and the outer curly braces represents the 2D array itself. You can have multidimensional arrays with more than 2 dimensions, such as 3D array or even higher dimensional arrays. The concept is the same. You add more sets of square brackets for each additional dimension. So multidimensional arrays in Java provide a powerful way to organize and work with complex data structures efficiently.